There we go. It's finally worked. Already a viewer. I'm sorry about the lag. I'll hop on the Bedwars game right now. Rejoin. Duos. Okay. Go ahead. Make defense. I will be up here, just chilling. Bro. Terracotta?
When someone sends a message, you see them on their phone, they don't answer it.
You scared me. Okay, that scared me.
Avenging something is like getting revenge for somebody else.
Should I speed bridge?
All right, we're gonna move on in a second. Give me your work when you're done. 7. Don't avenge it. Don't make it right.
Iron armor.
Are you trying to taste my product? I want to get that. Taste my product. I get them too. Yeah, them and the honey berries. Yeah, they go to the back, bro. I don't get. Or maybe the dark Pepsi too. Orange Pepsi. And they make your breast stink. They make your breast stink and your
Oh my god, ping.
Nope. They have the timeline of rock, paper, scissors. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. 1,
Yummy.
2, 3.
Nice. Need some blocks. So I want to get a pickaxe. Should I have to pay for a pickaxe? 10 iron, okay.
But it depends. Like you could stuff his eye switch. Yes, but you gotta ground him.
Yeah,
You can't
you
just
gotta
break
break
it
it
down,
up.
right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Bug out.
You're dead, you're dead. Nice.
Big Mac, a large fry, and a what you work there? Oh no, you want my syrup down
I'm here.
No.
I heard him up there. I'm instigating that.
No, that's a lie. You must find out more so for real. We need to call Marshall. I think we need around two.
Well, Papa Charles.
No, wait. See, and that's why niggas do that. Why would you slap him while he's asleep? Get up, you got that. Oh, I thought you said.
I knew you brought it.
My name is Caleb. Maybe
Maybe
it was one of these. Traffic. Oh, wait, you got a headache.
Miss Aaron.
That's all your homework.
Thank you. I got back Thursday. I didn't
Everybody.
Would love to get my second Bedwars win.
All right, nerds, finish up vocab. In 2 minutes, we're going to start talking about the story. We're going to get to the first 5 pages, 6 pages. It'll take about 15 minutes, and then I'll give you time to work. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
We finished it in 4 o'clock. I understand it's a little warmish here.
What the? I didn't click crouch? Do I keep the tools or no?
I want to talk to you about vengeance.
I do, but not at the highest level.
It is. We're going to
Yeah, level
talk
2.
about killing and getting horrible vengeance on your pals. Also, hooking up with your 12-year-old cousin. No, don't do that. Do not do that ever. Not unless you're 12 and it's not your cousin. And you shouldn't be hooking up with anyone when you're 12.
Yeah, that's true.
No. We're going to have Poe read it.
8 fucking diamonds. Let's go.
You finish up what you'll. Good morning. This story is so scary. Listen, in first block, 12 people passed out and were actually asleep while I was reading it. That's how scary it was. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about revenge. Who's still working on vocab? Anybody? All right, let's talk revenge. You don't have this on your paper. Just listen for a second. Revenge, its grisly effects. We're going to watch a video tomorrow about Poe, which is interesting. During his brief and tormented life, Edgar Allan Poe searched in vain for love and acceptance. Perhaps to get even with the world that he thought rejected him, Poe became a master at writing stories of revenge. Think about the idea of revenge. What experiences could lead someone to seek revenge? How could an obsession with vengeance lead to tragedy? I have a personal story about a tragedy that befell me because of revenge. When I went to Purdue, I worked in the snack bar. And the worst effing job in the entire effing universe, I would cuss if I could, was mixing the nacho cheese. This was like 1997, so I didn't have the technology now. The nacho cheese came in this big can, and it was like the consistency of like a rubber ball. It was like thick, and you had to dump water on it and then mix it up, and it was like you use a blender and get all over your shirt. So it became, I was like a supervisor, whoever arrived last for the shift, there were 4 of us, had to do cheese. And I was always mocking these people. I was like, oh, cheese boy, your cheese awaits. And it's always like doing that repeatedly. Another problem. Oh, cheese boy. Your cheese here.
My cheese
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Your cheese boy. That's what I know. This blanket thing is green.
And I'm putting it in quotations without the
Oh,
word
really?
everybody, so people are just wondering.
Read the story if you get the chance. There's the audio online. Okay, so let me finish my revenge story. Every day, listen, it's funny. Every day I made sure I was the one there first, so I would mock the cheese people when they came in. I was like, oh, cheese man. And so it was a Sunday night, and I had to go down and get the cash box and the key to open. And I was sure to get there first. And the lady who gave it to me, she never talked to me. We just exchanged hellos. And she was asking me about my weekend. What did you do? Was it fun? What did you eat? I was like, why is this lady asking me so many questions? And like, she had me there for like 20 minutes. And when I got there, I was like, that was weird. Well, I got there, and all the other 3 shift mates were waiting like this with like the cheese stuff all laid out. And so it ended in tragedy for me. I had to be cheese, but they kept calling me cheese boy that night. The other worst thing about that job, making the shakes was terrible too, because the machine froze the soft serve too hard. So you put like Snickers on top of it, and it wouldn't really blend. It would just again shoot all over your shirt. And we didn't have specific roles. It was whoever happened to be like doing register or something. And I got stuck on the shake machine, and I swear to God it was a conspiracy, because like it must have been 25 people in a row ordered shakes, and the cashier was my friend. He was a jerk, and he did it every time. He's like, hold on, oh shake boy, we need 3 more Snickers and a large chocolate, please. And he kept doing that. He's like, oh shake boy, and like so that ended in tragedy also. But think about how revenge can end in tragedy. And we're also going to, Poe is credited with inventing 3 things. Not cousin marriage, because that's been done for millennia. But Poe invented the horror story, the detective story, and the concept of the unreliable narrator. Now, if Kaylin Mabel has gone in the bathroom for 47 minutes, and I asked her where she was, what I'm going to get is an unreliable narrator. She's going to tell me a long story about Coach Joy and athletic office and whatever, who knows what. But usually when you think of a short story or a novel, you're thinking the main character is trustworthy and the good guy, right? Poe messed with that. He had the unreliable narrator, who is someone who is not always perceptive about what is going on or deliberately not telling the truth.
Like the devil.
You guys may have read The Telltale Heart in middle school. That's about a
What
guy
the
who
fuck?
didn't like his roommate's
Why?
guy, so he killed him, hacked him up, carved
Why?
him out with a spoon, and buried him
Why?
on the floorboards. And then told everyone how sane he was, but he did. What's that? Yeah. So a lot of you have read that story. So,
That story was good. I actually like that.
so what we're going to do, we're also going to, I want to give you a little background, and we're going to read a little bit. Maybe.
Let's die.
Aldi will still be there when you get out of school. Background. Centuries ago in Italy, where this story takes place, the early Christians buried their dead in catacombs, which are long, winding underground tunnels. Later, wealthy families built private catacombs beneath their homes. Dark and cool, these chambers were suitable not only for burial, but also for the storage of fine wine, such as in this story, Amontillado. I have wine for everyone after we finish the story, but it's got to be over 16. So,
I'm 17.
if I did that, you would see like the WGN News van and like Fox News van like lined up on the curb. Like a teacher is under paid leave for giving his students wine during a
Paid
public.
leave? You get paid leave?
It would be a very short paid leave. That they would investigate. They would ask you, "Did he give you wine?" All right, he's gone. But the catacombs are like if you want to hang out with your aunt's bones and drink some wine at the same time. That's your one-stop shop for that. So, Poe's story happens during Carnival, a celebration that still takes place in many countries, including parts of the United States. Carnival is celebrated in February or March, before Ash Wednesday, and the start of Lent, the season of penitence. During Carnival, people wear masks and costumes. They dance and drink on the streets before giving up meat and other pleasures to do penance for their sins. What do we call Carnival in this country?
Halloween. Christmas.
Mardi Gras. A lot of mostly Latin countries. So the first paragraph, put your earphones away. You can sell insurance later. Rosal, pay attention.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a quiz first thing tomorrow, so I want you to read along. Put that phone away. I'll have no answers for you. So let's read the first couple pages. It's only 7 pages or something. Can you guys do me a favor and follow along? I'll guide you through the first couple. First paragraph's a little difficult, but after that, it's a really easy to understand story, and it's also good. Who in here is thinking about getting revenge on someone?
Me.
Pay attention. Life skills. Everyone have a copy of the story. All right, in the first paragraph, Mabel, I'm going to pull your lips off. In the first paragraph, I bet you were. You're talking to that corpse on the floor. The first paragraph, I want you to tell me, what did Fortunato do to this guy that made him want revenge? He said that in the first sentence. But he mentions watch how he mentions his requirements. It's a little wordy, but he mentions his requirements for revenge that is good revenge. 1, you can't be punished for it. If I take out my enemy and spend the rest of my life in jail until I'm executed, that's not revenge, that's breaking even. You got to get away with it. And 2, they have to know you're doing it. You can't just like snipe. He's got to be in a jar.
I have obsidian, that's crazy.
Anyway. All right, so let's read the story. Follow along.
Obsidian.
Amontillado. I've never had Amontillado. It's actually not that expensive a wine. I thought there was a bottle at some weird wine store for like $14, but I'm not a big wine fan. So, but yeah, if I fed you guys wine, that would probably be the end of my career. And it's
mean drink?
You lied to me that one time. You made me believe I was getting a copy for a whole class, and then I came up to you and said no.
Ron.
I was devastated.
We are getting copies for the whole class, and that's in our editing part. Right. All right, let's read the first. We'll read the first 4 pages. How's that sound?
Shit.
To the top of page 7. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. He's an unreliable narrator. You'll find that out really soon. This guy is bitterly ironic. Phone's away, follow along. The 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as best I could. Here's his reason for killing him. But when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You so know well the nature of my soul. Will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. This is the point definitively settled. But the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of revenge. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong is unredressed when retribution overtakes its redresser. It is equally unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to him who has done the wrong. Why is he killing Fortunato? What did he do to him? What did Fortunato do to Montresor? He insulted him. John, you pay attention. He insulted him, and now he said, "I'm vowed revenge." Did he threaten him? No. He said, "I didn't give any threats." What this next? It's a lot easier to understand from this point on. And that's a Poe thing. Poe's first paragraph, he shows off all this vocabulary. Most of the vocabulary words are in that paragraph. It must be understood that neither by word nor deed had I given Fortunato cause to doubt my goodwill. I continued, this was my want, to smile in his face. And he did not perceive that my smile now was at the thought of his immolation. He had a weak point, this Fortunato, although in other regards he was a man to be respected and even feared. He prided himself on his connoisseurship in wine. Few Italians have the true virtuoso spirit. For the most part, their enthusiasm is adapted to suit the time and opportunity. To practice imposture upon the British and Austrian millionaires. In painting and gemmery, Fortunato, like his countrymen, was a quack. He didn't know anything. But in the matter of old wines, he was sincere. He knew a lot. In this respect, I did not differ from him materially. I was skillful in the Italian vintages myself, and bought largely whenever I could. Do you have questions? Beth, can we read this first so you don't get behind? All right, so watch how he sets a trap here, and I love this paragraph. It was about dusk, one evening during the supreme madness of the carnival season. It was about dusk, one evening during the supreme madness of the carnival season, that I encountered my friend. He accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking much. The man wore motley. He had on a tight-fitting party-striped dress, and his head was surmounted by, he's dressed like a clown for the carnival, the Mardi Gras. Top of page 4, on top of his head was a conical cap and bells. I was so pleased to see him that I thought I should never have done wringing his hand. This guy's, stop talking. This guy is planning on killing the guy, and watch how he treats him. I was so pleased to see him that I thought I should never have done wringing his hand. I said to him, "My dear Fortunato, you are luckily met. How remarkably well you are looking. But I have received a pipe, a case, of what passes for Amontillado, and I have my doubts." "How?" said he. "Amontillado? A pipe? Possible. And in the middle of the carnival?" "I have my doubts," I replied, and I was silly enough to pay the full Amontillado price without consulting you in the matter. You were not to be found, and I was fearful of losing a bargain. "Amontillado? I have my doubts. Amontillado? And I must satisfy you. Amontillado? As you are engaged, I am on my way to Lucchese. If anyone has a critical turn, it is me. He will tell me. Lucchese can't tell Amontillado from Sherry. He's kind of playing on his vanity a little bit, and watch how he's He's like, yeah, you're busy. I'll go get Lucchese. He knows more than you do anyway. And yet, Lucchese cannot tell Amontillado from sherry. And yet some fools will have it that his taste is a match for your own. Come, let us go. But you're false. My friend, no. I will not impose upon your good nature. I perceive you have an engagement. Lucchese, I have no engagement. Come. My friend, no. It's not the engagement, but the severe cold with which I perceive you are afflicted. The vaults are insufferably damp. They are encrusted with niter. Let us go nevertheless. The cold is merely nothing. Amontillado, you have been imposed upon. And as for Lucchese, he cannot distinguish sherry from Amontillado. Okay, so he's kind of laying a trap. It's like, think about, you two are bugging. Pay attention. I can see not paying attention from space.
Nobody knows.
What? I didn't say talking. Pay attention.
I'm bored.
Well, pay attention and get into the story. You won't
It's
be.
boring.
Pay attention or someone might kill you this way. So basically he's laying a trap for the guy. He has this expensive wine. He's basically saying, oh, I can get Lucchese to do it. No. Oh, you shouldn't come because you're sick and we're worried about your health. He's just like a lot of reverse psychology. Top of page 5. Thus speaking, Fortunato possessed himself of my arm, putting on a mask of black silk and drawing a rope of air closely about my person. I suffered him to hurry me to my philosophy. I like this paragraph. This reminds me of you guys. If you're, Kaylin, what if your mom, if your parents were leaving, and they said, we're going out of town for the weekend. Don't you have any parties? What's the first thing you're gonna do? Hey, you guys, come on over. My parents are out of town. Some people would. Watch how he makes sure there are no servants at home. He basically says, I'm leaving for the night and won't be back till tomorrow. Don't go to that festival. He goes, there were no attendants at home. They had absconded to make merry in honor of the time. I had told them that I should not return until the morning, and had given them explicit orders not to stir from the house. These orders were sufficient, I well knew, to ensure their immediate disappearance, one and all, as soon as my back was turned. I took from their sconces 2 flambeaux torches, and giving one to Fortunato, bowed him through several suites of rooms to the archway that led into the hall. I passed down a long and winding staircase, requesting him to be cautious as he followed. We came at length to the foot of the descent, and stood together on the damp ground of the catacomb. The gait of my friend was unsteady, and the bells upon his cap jingled as he strode. The pipe, said he, is farther on, said I, but observe the white webwork that is in the cavern wall. He turned toward me and looked into my eyes with 2 filmy orbs that distilled the rheum of intoxication. Why did you So his friend's drunk and he's got him down there in his vaults. Does anyone know where they are? He turned, we're on page 5. He turned toward me and
Catacombs.
Catacombs. Catacombs. Niter, he asked at length. Niter, I replied. How long have you had that cough? My poor friend found it impossible to reply for many minutes. It is nothing, he said at last. Come, I said with decision. We will go back. Your health is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. That's page 6. You are happy, as once I was. You are a man to be missed. For me, it is no matter. We will go back. You will be ill, and I cannot be responsible. Besides, there is Lucchese. Enough, he said. The cough is a mere nothing. It will not kill me. I shall not die of a cough. True, I replied. Why is that ironic? He said, I'm not going to die of a cough, and my professor was like, yeah, you're right. He died for other reasons, not from a cough. And indeed, I had no intention of alarming you unnecessarily, but you should use all proper precautions. I drafted this Medoc will defend us from the dams. Medoc is another type of wine. Here I knocked off the neck of a bottle, which I drew from a long rope that's Drink, I said, presenting him the wine. He raised it to his lips with a leer. He paused and nodded to me familiarly while his bells jingled. I drink, he said, to the berries that repose around us, and I to your long life. There's more sarcasm. He again took my arm and we proceeded. These vaults, he said, are extensive. The Montresors, I replied, were a great and numerous family. Now, families in Italy, like the rich people, would have like a family crest, like a symbol and a motto. And this, I think this story's fun because he's basically telling him, I'm going to kill you because you're a snake. And he's like, okay, I forget your arm. A huge human foot d'or in a field azure. The foot crushes a serpent rampant whose fangs are embedded in the teeth. And the motto, Nemo man, Uni last yet. No one. Good, he said. The wine sparkled in his eyes and the bells jingled. My own fancy grew warm as we stopped. He had passed through walls of piled bones, with casks and puncheons intermingling, into the inmost recesses of the catacomb. I paused again, and this time I made bold to seize Fortunato by an arm above the elbow. Page 7, any questions? Now, why does he keep asking about his health and trying to convince him to turn back? Why does he want him to turn back? No. What is he doing there?
He wants him to leave himself.
Yeah, and lure him into like this guy cares about him. The niter, I said. See, it increases. It hangs like moss upon the walls. We are below the river's bed. The drops of moisture trickle among the flowers. Come, we'll go back ere it is too late. Your cough. It is nothing, he said. Let us go on. But first, another draft of the Medoc. I broke and reached him a flagon of the Grave, another type of wine. He emptied it in a breath. His eyes flashed with a fierce light. He laughed and threw the bottle upward with a gesticulation I did not understand. I looked at him in surprise. He repeated the movement, a grotesque one. You do not comprehend, he said. Not I replied. Then you are not of the Brotherhood. No, you are not of the Masons. Yes. You, impossible. A Mason? A Mason, I replied. A sign, he said. It is this, I answered, producing a trowel from beneath the fold of my roquelaire. You probably don't know what the hell just happened there, do you? Mason has two words. A Mason is someone, if you know what a trowel is? It's what? Yeah, it's like it's a flat-handled like spade you use to like smooth out mortar between bricks. And you like a mason who builds things with bricks would use a trowel. Fortunato said you are not a mason. He's talking about the Freemasons. That's an ancient secret society that he's a member of. And he said, so you're not a mason, because he didn't understand the secret sign. He said, oh yeah, I'm a mason. Give me a sign then. So he pulled out the trowel. If I'm Fortunato, I have two questions. One, why in the damn hell do you have a trowel in your robe? Why are you walking around with that thing? Two, if you just got a big case of wine today and you want me to test it out, why the hell did you bring it like a mile down into your vault? Wouldn't you put it like right by the door? You're going to walk a mile all the way into the river? He pulled out the trowel. We'll finish this page and then stop. You jest, he exclaimed, recoiling a few paces. But let us proceed to the Amontillado. Be it so, I said, replacing the tool beneath the cloak and again offering him my arm. He leaned upon it heavily. We continued our route in search of the Amontillado. We passed through a range of low arches, the descended, passed on, and descending again, arrived at a deep crypt, in which the foulness of the air caused our flambeau rather to glow than flame. Okay, we'll pick up there. You guys are a little squirrely right now, I understand. Well, if you want to finish the story, there's the audiobook. They're a little squirrel-tastic. I told them to get halfway through the story. If you stay in your seat, don't scream. Limit the people you fire through the window onto the lawn to 2, okay? I don't want any more like last time you guys like shot 6 people out there. That's too many. So you can work on and continue reading the story. We'll finish it tomorrow. You can work on any work you need to. Finish your vocab.
Oh, it's going out on my own.
You got to be at least 4'9", Deb. How are you? I scared Miss Arena. I was wearing a mask with the Burger King crown. She was talking to her supervisor, and she saw it was me.
8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 9, 50.
That was your meeting. If you guys need to know anything, need to know anything about your grade, you'll like the end of the story.
Thank you, your lightsaber.
What did I say? Stay in your seats, don't scream. You're out of your seats and screaming.
Thank you for the lightsaber.
Screaming.
That's what I did. Well, that stuff is so
They're identical twins. One would get in trouble at school, the other one would be like,
Bro.
Say yes, like that's my brother. Or the other one, like, get in there and like, no, that's my brother. He has cakes. See what he did with the pilot. We're talking about the weird kids, you know, with like the good weird and the bad weird, like how the weird they come and shoot up the school and you turn around and why are you looking at me? Tell you looking back at the Tyler.
You look like his cousin. Oh, that's his guy. You look like his cousin. Lena, what you watching? Lena, you mad?
No one should be on their seat. Avoid the Munster area. I'm going trick-or-treating in the mass nudist. Jim Harris. How long is this contract? He was 5-1 with a 192 ERA.
2, 2, 2, 2. 42, 40.
Let me go over there with you.
Well, getting those last 3 out was like fun. The Cup, one of the reasons they did not play. Even when they won,
Don't do that, man.
A long drive in the game. And then he gave up, they lost over 60.
We know you know the whole song. We know you know the whole song. Now, that's how you need that big thing. That's how you need that.
All right, let's do this. You don't need that.
Okay. Some netherite ingots. Nice.
All right, let's do this. Shimmy, 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 shimmy,
Right. Wow, wow, wow.
No.
I assume she was getting herself.
Why was she?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to prepare for Ashley.
Oh, someone already bought another one.
I'd be less embarrassed to be online. Or Ashley. And then she goes like, and then she goes like, it's like you're gonna dunk your trash It's like being allergic.
200 grand. Lytras? Yeah, these are expensive. Imagine if that worked.
Okay, so you're telling me
50 grand sounds about right. Totems. You can get these for 100 grand right now. Okay. Who has some netherite ingots? 30 grand. 80 grand for 3?
I could ask you being serious. I think you're
If only I had a little bit more money.
You don't need to. Let me talk to you just a second.
Do we gotta get these papers back? Do we gotta get these papers back?
What do you say?
Maybe
You can
tomorrow.
Sure.
Guess that's how.
I know them.
I can answer.
I've got an invitation.
House twins, come here.
Interruption. I would just like to give us all a reminder. All students must exit the building every day by 2:35. All athletes need to report to the locker room by 2:35 or be with your coaches and stay and wait for them until they arrive. Anyone caught roaming the building or cafeteria will be put on social suspension. Thank you for your help.
Natalie Medina. Shara Penn. Come here. Come here. And Raphael and.
Ancient debris for 65K. Right. No, I don't need. No.
Dylan Booker, come here.
Scooby-Doo. Oh, that's horrible. That was absolutely.
John, go get that picture.
Do that. You can go. Hey. Scooby.
All right. Well, I doubt anybody actually came to the stream. So yeah. Okay. Goodbye.